Hello everybody and welcome to this instruction video. In this video I'll be showing you Sophie's Universe part 14, which is this purple band here, in which we've made lovely butterflies. Now, of course, to make this part, as usual, you need the pattern, which you can find online on the designer's website, lookatwhatimade.net. You can also visit my own website, it's all in a nutshell.wordpress.com, for more projects and ideas. I'll take you through this pattern step by step, also to make the butterflies. This entire pattern I'll be using the same color yarn, so for all the to make the butterflies. The reason for this is that this way you see the design the best. But if you want to use alternating colors of yarn, you're more than welcome, of course. I hope this is a useful video for you, and thank you for watching. Round 93, we're going to start by going to the corner, chain 2 space, because I'm using the same color yarn, and we're going to do this by making slip stitches up until the corner. So we're going to make a slip stitch in the next double crochet, go, and a slip stitch into the corner. There we go. I'm again going to be making a standing double crochet, pulling up my yarn, go back, pick up the loop, bring forward, and take through both loops. Standing double crochet instead of a chain 3, which is also fine to do. A second double crochet in that corner space, chain 2, 1, 2, and 2 more double crochets in the corner. So that creates your corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Ready for the repeats on the edge. We're going to be skipping the first stitch and then make 14 double crochets. So this is immediately our first repeat. So 14 double crochets, and then we're going to be making chain 5. So start by skipping the first stitch, which is this stitch, the one we're skipping, and in the second stitch, see the second one, make a double crochet. See, let's see how that first stitch I skipped. So that's 1, 2, 3 double crochets. And continue like this until you've made 14. So I'm going to make a small jump in the video. So I've made 14 double crochets. Now we're making chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 5 stitches, and that's our repeat. So 14 double crochets, chain 5, and skipping 5 stitches. So now I'm going to start the second repeat of 14 double crochets. So skip 5 stitches. You can see here's your last one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches skip. So in stitch number 6, make a double crochet. You can see that's the first one. That gives you a considerable gap here, those 5 stitches. So this is number 1, then again 2, 3, 4, 5, and continue until you have 14 double crochets. That will again bring you to this point here, at which you make 5 chain stitches and skip 5 stitches for the next repeat. So in total, make this little series, do this 8 times. So when you've done the repeat 8 times, we're going to be making 14 more double crochets to bring us to the corner. So skipping these last 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then in the stitch number 6 make a double crochet, which is of course the first one of 14. 2, 3, 4 double crochets, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and the last one, luckily it all matches out, number 14 should be on that last stitch before the corner. Then for the corner itself is 2 double crochets, 1, 2, followed by a chain 2 and 2 more double crochets in that chain 2 corner space. And that brings you to the beginning of the next edge, where you're going to skip the first stitch and then start with the 14 double crochets. So go like this all the way around and close with a slip stitch in that first stitch. So when you're at the end of round 93, you just need to close in that first standing standing double crochet. Just need to pick up the 2 loops that belong to that crochet, there we go, and close with a slip stitch. If you did a chain 3, you close in the third of the 3 chain stitches. And now we're ready to continue on to round 94. Round 94, we're starting exactly the same way as we did in the previous round. So we're going with a slip stitch on the next double crochet and into the chain 2 corner space, and here we're going to be making 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Again, I'm going to be making that standing half double crochet, or you can make a chain 3 if that's easier, followed by a second double crochet, chain 2 and 2 more double crochets in the chain 2 space, which is your first corner made. The first bit is exactly the same as the previous round. We're going to skip the first stitch and then make 14 double crochets. So we're going to skip this first stitch here, see there, and in that second stitch make a double crochet. So that's 1, and we're going to make 14 double crochets in total. So I'm again going to be making a quick jump in the video to 14 double crochets. When you have 14 double crochets, you should have 1 double crochet left before the chain 5 space. That's a checkpoint there. Now we're going to be making a chain 7 and then skipping this double crochet, the chain 5 and the first double crochet, we're going to work into the second. So this way we're going to do exactly the same as the previous round, but the chain spaces are going to be slightly bigger and the double crochets further apart. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. Then we're going to skip this double crochet, this whole chain 5, this first stitch here, and then in the second I'm going to be making a double crochet like so. You can see how this space is now slightly bigger than that. And this is the first of 12 double crochets, which means that when you've made number 12, you're again going to end up in this double crochet just before the chain space. So you're making the center 12, you're each giving a double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And that completes your repeat unit, which is the chain 7, skipping these stitches, and the 12 double crochets. This is your repeat unit. You're going to be doing 7 of these sets, which is going to bring you to the other side with the last chain 5 space. So repeat this: chain 7, skipping this last double crochet, the chain 5 and the first double crochet, and then 12 double crochets on the center 12 stitches. So you've done the repeat 7 times. You still need to do this last part before the corner again, which means there's now chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you skip this stitch, of course, the chain 5 and this first double crochet here, which means that in the second we're going to be making the first, oh there we go, goes a bit wrong, the first double crochet. There we go. And that's the first of 15, which will bring you to the corner. And then in the corner we do the normal corner stitch, 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, and then you're ready to start the next edge, which again, skipping the first stitch, 14 double crochets, chain 7, 12 double crochets, etc., etc., just the way you did on this edge here. And then of course when you get to the other side, you close with a slip stitch in that standing double crochet or chain 3. You close with a slip stitch in the third of the 3 chain stitches. So we've almost reached the corner, and that is stitch number 15. There we go. And of course I can't count while I'm talking to you, so I'm quickly going to check. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, yes, 15 double crochets, and we've reached the corner, which means 2 double crochets in the corner, followed by chain 2 and 2 more double crochets in the corner. So that's your repeat unit from side to side. So work all the other 3 edges as well and close with a slip stitch, and I'll see you in round 95, in which we're going to be making the butterflies. Round 95. In this round we're going to be making butterflies. If you have a new color yarn, start in the corner with a standing half double crochet. If you're using the same color as me, we're going to be making a slip stitch until we get to the corner, and then half double crochets. So that's chain 1, or sorry, 1 slip stitch and a second to bring us to the corner. We're making a chain 2, followed by another half double crochet. So those are the first 2 half doubles, chain 2 and 2 more half double crochets. There we go. So that's your corner made. Now we're going to be making half double crochets on the next 16 stitches, including the first stitch. So that's that stitch there. So in that first stitch, it's the first half double. It's 1, 2, oh dear, yeah, there we go, 2, 3, 4, all the time making half double crochets. And this is going to bring you to the edge it's going to bring you here, where we're going to start making the butterflies in this round. Or actually we're already making them, but we're going to actually be making the actual wings that you can really see the butterfly. Almost there. A few more half doubles. So you're making 16 in total. Although it's not difficult, it just does take time. There we go, that's number 16. And now we're going to be starting the repeat unit. So from this point onwards up to here, we're going to be doing a repeat that you're going to be doing 8 times. So start of the repeat is chain 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to be making a treble, and the treble we're going to be covering these 2 chain spaces, and we're going to be making it in between the stitches here from round, I'm not sure which round this is anymore. Anyway, in these stitches here, you see you skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. You're going to be making a treble between stitches skipped 2 and 3. So you see this is the second skipped, that's the third skipped stitch. You're going to be working in between the 2. You can see here I've made a hole. That's where you're going to be working, and you're going to be making a treble in between here that's covering all these stitches in one go. That's what you're going to be doing. So let's go for it. So treble, that's twice over, and then into that space, so between the second and third stitch, you see I'm covering all of them, taking them all together, then take off 1, 2, 3 times. So that's the first half of your butterfly. Then again chain 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to continue on this side, and we're going to be making 12 half double crochets. So you see here that's the first stitch. First 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So continue like this until you've made 12. That will bring you to this point here, and then I'll show you the repeat once more. So I've made 12 half double crochets. That brings me to this point here, the last double crochet before the chain space again. So that's this stitch was the last one I worked in, and this repeat I'm going to show you once more, so also how to make the butterfly again. So start the repeat again, chain 2, 1, 2, then we're going to be making a treble, so that's twice over, and we're making it between the second and third skipped stitch. You see this is the first stitch, second and third, 2 and 3, so between these 2 stitches, so really in that space between the posts, enter into, covering all the chain spaces that you have above that, so, and then make the treble, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to be making 12 half double crochets again on these 12 stitches. And especially this first one, be mindful, you see how I'm pulling it up, that is the first stitch, that one there, not this one. So make sure to work in that stitch, otherwise you're only going to be working 11 stitches if you skip that stitch. Because this one's easy to not see properly because it's so close to the chain space. So that's the first half double, so that's 1, maybe go 2, 3, and continue like this. So you're making this repeat, you're going to be doing 8 times, and then you'll have 5 more stitches left where you'll be working half double crochets as well, which will bring you to the corner. and of course we're going to do the corner in the usual way. In this case 2 half doubles, chain 2, and then 2 more half doubles. So almost completed here. This is half double number 12, and everything is just folding up. You'll see your butterfly looks a little folded. That's just folded into place, so give everything a bit of space, all those chains. You can see how lovely these butterflies are looking. So this repeat unit, do this 8 times. So I've done the repeat 8 times, which means on this stretch here I've now done 12 half double crochets, and then you should have 5 stitches left before the corner. And in these 5 stitches you're going to be making 5 more half double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The corner, 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and 2 half double, all in the same corner space. 1 and 2, and then you're at the beginning of your next edge. So go like this all the way around and close with a slip stitch in the second of these 2 chain stitches that you had at the beginning, and then I'll see you for the next round. So for round 96 we're going to again go with slip stitches to the corner, so which means on that first half double, or the last one, depends on how we look at it, make a slip stitch and then another slip stitch into the corner. This round has single crochets, so we're going to start with a chain 1 followed by a single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 2, and then another single crochet. That's the corner made. We're going to continue on the long side, or the edge I should say. Going to skip the first stitch and then make single crochets on the next 17 stitches. If I just pull to the side, the first stitch we're going to be skipping is that stitch there. So this is the first one. So don't be confused by thinking that that is not a stitch. That is a stitch, but it's just very hard to see because of the half doubles. So skipping this one, then this is the first one we're working into. So that's the first single crochet, 1, 2, number 3, and continue like this and make 17, which will bring us here to the edge. So you've made 17 single crochets just before the butterfly, and now we're going to be working 3 single crochets in this chain 2 space, 1 on the treble and 3 in the other chain 2 space. That's 1, 2, 3 single crochets in the chain 2 space, then in the treble a single crochet followed by 3 single crochets, 2, 3 in the next chain 2 space. We're going to skip the first stitch, that's that stitch there. We're going to skip that stitch and then work 11 single crochets on the next 11 stitches. So the first stitch we're skipping is this one here. So it is actually a hard stitch to get into anyway. So it's actually a good thing that we get to skip that stitch. And then the next one we're going to be working in. So that's our first 1, 2, 3, and we continue like this, and we make 11, which will bring you to the beginning of the next butterfly, and that completes the repeat unit, which you're going to be doing 8 times in total. And 11. So this is our repeat unit, this unit here. So 3 single crochets, 1 single crochet on the treble, 3 singles again in the next chain 2 space, skipping that first stitch, 11 single crochets. That's your repeat. Do this in total 8 times. And when you've done all 8 repeats, you should have 7 stitches left before the corner. And on these 7 stitches, of course, we're going to be making 7 single crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one, number 7. There we go. Obviously, now we do a corner, and then you can do the whole thing again. So the corner is a single crochet, chain 2, and 1 single crochet. There we go. So that's the corner. And now it is right from the start again, skipping the first stitch, make 17 single crochets, and then onto the butterfly. So go all the way around and close with a slip stitch in that first single crochet. Round 97. In this round we're going to be making a double crochet on each and every stitch, and in the corner 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. So we're on this last single crochet from the corner, so we're going into the chain 2 space with a slip stitch. I'm going to make a standing double crochet. If you do a chain 3 here, that is of course also possible. So it's a standing double crochet followed by a second double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets, all in the same chain 2 space, chain 2 corner. There we go. And now it is in essence 170 double crochets, 1 on each and every stitch. So especially the first one, important, you really have to move the corner stitch aside, then you'll see that first stitch, that's the first one you need to work into. So this is number 1 of 170. It's 1, 2, and 3. So continue like this until you get to the other side. So if you do 1 in each and every stitch, that's 170, and then in the corner again 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in the same chain 2 space. So go like that all the way around, a double crochet in each and every stitch, and close with a slip stitch in your chain 3 or standing double crochet. And that will bring you to the end of this part, and then you will have made lovely butterflies. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope this was a useful video for you, and I hope to see you again next time.